Blog Talk Radio.
Live from Washington, D.C., it's Quintessential Listening, Poetry Online Radio. Now, here's your host, Dr. Michael Anthony Ingram.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the program. I'd like to introduce my very special guest, Sylvia Lady Di Beverly. Lady Di, are you with me?
I'm here, Michael. Thank you for having me.
You're more than welcome. This is a fantastic way to celebrate Hump Day, the middle of the week, to have you with me.
All right.
All right. Well, let me ask you a question before we begin. Well, maybe this will be the question. What is poetry, Lady Di?
Oh, poetry is my passion. Poetry is an expression of your thoughts attractively. And I actually have a poem expresses what poetry is, if you want me to elaborate more.
Yes, I'd love that. Please share it.
Okay. A poem looking for a title. Through poetry, our voices are heard. Heart-to-heart talks designed by the spoken word. Through poetry, we paint phenomenal, pretty pictures, expressions from our hearts, whether reality or fiction. Through poetry, we unite in a bond of strength and action, smiling all the while to get another's reaction. Through poetry, our lives have sensational splendor, like radiant rainbows rising, bursting through clouds of thunder. Through poetry, we always have something to do, whether reading or writing. Let it be good to you. Through poetry, we pour out the love of our heart soul, feeling oh so yummy when in your arms your love you hold. Through poetry, we take a stand for what is richly righteous, teaching our children to be strong, spiritual, intelligent, caring, and courageous. Through poetry, we share most intimate truths, appreciating the positive energies always under roof. All of this through poetry, it's no wonder poetry is my passion. Finish.
Wow, very, very nice. And I think you've potentially answered my second question. Why is it important? Why is it important, Lady Di? Why is it important?
Well, it's important because we have so many messages, and when we do that, present them in a poetry fashion, we present them attractively and get the attention of our audience.
I like that.
Finish.
All right. As you think about your work, what are some of the predominant themes? What comes up in your work a lot?
Number one for the love poet is love. Even in my social conscience poems, it always leads back to love. Mm-hmm. Love is a many splendid thing, and love is God, and God is love. So I just love to have love in my poetry. I do social conscience. I do poetry for the children. I do romantic poetry, family, tributes, loss of a loved one. It all has a loving feeling.
It's beautiful. You said that you had a poem that you'd like to share.
Yes. Faith abides. Torment cries across indigo waters. Deliberate message flies above lofty mountains. Sordid tears fill monumental fountains. Let movement continue past our pain. Let unity flow beyond feverish clay hills. Global demand of emotions. Bring closure and ignite policy change. A change so desperately needed. Serious thoughts of Rosa Parks. Horrid thoughts of Emmett Till, Sandra Bland, George Floyd, Terrence Johnson, Breonna Taylor. Thoughts of my baby brother, Daoud Ahmed Akil, beaten to death by nation's Capitol Police. Retching thoughts of our ancestors beaten, hung, strangled, suffocated, unable to breathe. So much anguish, horror, suffering endured, and still surfaces at will. Continue to cry out. Let our voices be heard. A call for equality and justice. A call for peace. A call for unity. A call for leaders to faithfully lead. For all to replace fear with faith. Gather together in reverence. Let us be led and guided by our kind and loving Lord and Savior. Mercy, mercy me. Have mercy. Have mercy on our souls. Let us be strengthened toward righteous actions. Yeah, a change gonna come. The key is love. Tell someone you love them today. Finish.
That was very powerful. When you think about writing a poem, how does it begin for you, with an idea, a form, or an image?
It can be any of the above. It can be any of them. I would say mostly a thought, a desire to express further about that particular thing. But I may want to use some creativity and just see the moon or vision the moon from the night before and just write my feelings from that. So that can be just from the image. But a lot comes from the thought, having a thought, brainstorming it, and then just letting it flow. It's a blessing that God made me a messenger of his way of life. And he gave me that poetic tool to express those messages.
Oh, beautiful. Please share another poem.
Okay, let's see here. This is a cute little poem here, and I've been reading it a bit recently. It's called Decorate Me, and it came out of a workshop some years ago. Decorate me. Golden, glorious summer is upon us. Oh, so happy this sunshiny, brisk morning you chose me. How lovely. Competition keen. Somehow it seems I am chosen one. I suit your fancy. My hope is I make everyone happy when they vision me. Today I will go everywhere you go. I was the last item you dealt with before leaving home. Now I'm the first thing everyone sees when you appear. Oh, yes, I thank you, for it is always gladness to be seen. Now I'm finished on the poem, but I want to say more about it. That was writing a poem. The instructor said, write a poem by choosing an object in the room, something that one of the other participants are wearing, something that they're wearing or they have in their company, and let that item speak. So I chose a bold necklace that a lady was wearing.
Okay.
So that's the necklace speaking. And I entitled it Decorate Me.
It was beautiful. I like that. You know, one of the things that I enjoy about you and your work is that you have, one, a very striking presence. And when you share your work, you speak with authority. It's eloquent. There's a cadence in your voice. What is the relationship between your speaking voice and your written voice? Or is there a relationship between the two?
I believe there's a relationship between the two, but I believe that the control and the style and just the naturalness of my voice stem from a child, because both of my parents were poets in their own right.
Oh, wow.
And they told us to speak up, speak out. We all have something to say. Don't let your words go within. Bring them forth. And they instilled a lot of confidence in all of us. So that boldness is the confidence that they instilled. And it has nurtured me through 71 years now. So that's what you hear in my presentations.
That is really, really nice. I like that so much, to have that family, to have your family working with you.
Yes.
To make sure that you're confident, that you stand up, that you stand out. One of the things that I've always believed about poetry is that it's so important to live the experience. If you wrote it, say it like you wrote it. That to me is an important point to make right now, because that's exactly what you do. Let's take a brief break and we'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
My name is Michael Anthony Ingram. I am here with the incomparable Sylvia, Lady Di Beverly. If you'd like to speak with Lady Di, please call in at 646-787-1631. And actually, we have some callers on the line. I'd like to bring them on if that's okay, Lady Di. Is that all right with you?
That would be great.
Okay, let's try this particular person first. Area code 301. The first three numbers are 627. You're on the air with Lady Di. Good evening.
Hi, this is Hiram LaRue, Michael, and I'm I'm here to listen and enjoy the voice of, as you say, the incomparable Lady Di. So thanks so much for showcasing her and her talent this evening.
Oh, yes.
Hello,
would you have a question?
I really don't have a question. I'm just enjoying listening.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you for calling. Thank you for calling. All right, Lady Di, you're loved. You're loved. All right, let's try this particular person. Area code 240-460. You're on the air. Hello, good evening. Area code 240-460. Maybe they just hit
Yes, I was on mute.
Okay. Do you have a question for Lady Di?
A question? Well, I know so much about her already. Well, this is when she's going to bake another pie.
I know that voice.
When you gonna bake another pie? How about that? Huh?
When I'm gonna bake another one? I'll bake one tomorrow.
We do it all on the show.
I had the ingredients.
Yes, Michael. She's not only an incomparable poet. She's an incomparable baker. Pies,
wow.
cake, cookies. My goodness gracious.
Uh-oh.
Yes, she even got a poetry. She cooks and then she writes poetry about the cooking. Yeah. That's quite a lady you got right there.
I see that.
Uh-oh.
We do it all on this show. We do it all. We cook. We recite poems. We do it all. Well, thank you, sir, for calling in. All right.
Do you want to say your name, sir?
I am Bernardo, the sing-song poet.
Bernardo. Good to hear your voice.
I knew it, but everybody didn't know that. Thank you, Bernardo.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. All right. Area code 301-356. You're on the air with Lady Di. Good evening.
Hello, good evening. Hello, Lady Di. I am here just... I'm sorry?
I said my baby.
Yes. I'm here to support my friend and poet, to hear that lovely voice, and you are absolutely right. Her voice is elegant. She is elegant. I love the way that she sounds and the way that she comes through so confidently. And so I'm here to support my friend, and I've enjoyed her poetry. The only question I have for Lady Di is, how do you prepare yourself for such a broadcast with Michael Anthony Ingram?
Well,
yeah, how do you do that?
How do I do it? Well, I get real excited, uncontrollably, and then I go through these poems, and usually I have a really nice person. It used to be my number one fan, my mommy, but now I want to say my friend Queen Diane, that was just to ask me that question. She just so graciously assists me and listens to all the poems and selections and the order that they should come, and I say, okay, that's enough. She really aids my presentation. Thank you so much, darling, for that. Thank you so much.
That is so nice. That puts a smile on my face. And I'm the host. Got a smile on my face. I'm happy.
Thank you for the opportunity to share that.
All right. Well, thank you for calling. Thank you for calling in.
Thank
All
you.
right, Lady Di.
Thank you.
Lady Di. Lady Di, please share another piece of your work.
Okay, my friends have made me really excited. Those are some of my main poetry buddies that just spoke to me. Each one of them have a special place in my heart.
That's very nice. I like that.
And it has aided me through this pandemic, I'm telling you. It's been something, but without them, I just don't know that I would still be standing. Only by the grace of God.
Yes.
This next poem is recent, during the pandemic. I'm always thinking of my mommy, and this is a message to mommy around Mother's Day. It's entitled Message to Mommy. Melodies pure and true, sweet mommy, memories I share of you. Phenomenal spark of inspiration, superb sweetness of dedication, significant cry for pure peace the world. Mommy, sweetheart, no wonder you're my favorite girl. Folks still remember you as a lady of elegance and grace. Oh, how I love your face. Oh, mommy, 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 loving you is food for my soul. an optimistic soul, such a beautiful, lovely face. Every step you would take made a positive impact in the lives of many. Showing examples of faith provides plenty. Suddenly, I remember how you would smile when you first see me. Oh, sweet mommy, you are made that way. I love how you taught us to keep our minds stayed on Jesus. Gives us an optimistic way of trust and reason. I just want to say, happy Heavenly Mother's Day, Mommy. By your amazing example, I just want to praise him, glorify, and lift him up. Finish.
Lift him up. Lift him up. Wow.
Yes.
When did you
to
first?
Mommy.
A message to Mommy. Very nice. When did you first start writing, and what made you feel the need to express yourself this way?
Well, I'm the oldest girl of 9 and the second child. And like I said earlier, both of my parents were poets in their own right. My dad used to wake us up in the morning with Paul Laurence Dunbar. Liza, Liza, bless the Lord. Don't you know these days abroad that you better get up, you scamper. There'll be trouble in this year, camp. Look at your head. Look just like a feather bed. Bet if I come across that floor, you won't have no time to snow. And he did that through the years. No, not too many days that he didn't do it. And even after all the 9 children, he did the same thing with the grandchildren. So we all recite Paul Laurence Dunbar, Little Brown Baby, and some more. And Mommy, she was so sophisticated, and she loved Shakespeare. So we all took turns memorizing Shakespeare. And I was the first girl in my 7th grade class to memorize Mark Antony's speech in Julius Caesar play.
Wow.
And I was so excited. But back to the first, even before 7th grade, in the 6th grade, I wrote a poem for a homework assignment, and my teacher was so amazed at the poet. She said, this can be our farewell speech for the graduation. So I gave the graduation farewell as a poem called A Fond Farewell. But we all wanted to be writers and authors and poets, and all of us write. That's what we did. My dad bought us encyclopedias. Both of my parents took us to the library. I still love being around books. Books are all around me right now. If it's a scrapbook, if it's a photo album, it's all of my friends' poetry books. And I love books. I dreamed of being an author, and that dream came true.
All right. You know, poets hail from all over the world. Where do you hail from?
I hail from my parents. I hail from Southeast Washington, D.C., by the way of Georgetown University Hospital in 1949. And like I said, I'm the first girl, and I take pride in that. And now that Mommy and Daddy are not here, I am the matriarch, and my siblings treat me and respect me as that.
All right, beautiful.
That's where I hail from. The roots of the love of my parents and togetherness and unity of my family.
Wow, well stated. Well stated. Please share another poem for us, please.
Poem. melodic pendulum of love. Erase away pain, erase away anxiety, rid heart, body, mind, soul of disillusion. Everlasting love of God, love of self, to thy own self be true. Deliver self, faith-filled love before you can love anyone else. Stay true to love. Keep righteous love vibes strong. Keep love going in a nation of chaos, confusion, and crime. Let love be more than an illusion. Amazing love, deep to core love. Like lovebirds perched on swaying branch, strike each other's chimes, a melodic pendulum floating through a tranquil mirage filled with glee. Sing a song, sing a hymn, exhale happiness only love brings. Our hearts sing a melody of love. Perpetually, my deepest, dearest, darling, swing, melodic pendulum of love. Finish.
Your family played a huge role in your upbringing in terms of influencing you around being a poet, around expressing yourself. All great writers have great writing influences. Who are some of your other influences and what makes them great in your eyes? Other poets.
My hero is Dr. Maya Angelou. I met her many, many times. I would be in the front of the line, so she knew in order to be number 1 to 10 in the beginning of the line greeting her, she knew that I had been standing in that line a while. She would give me a lot of time when I would speak to her. And I had the nerve to say to her, people say that I remind them of you. And she said, I can see that. Hold out your arm. And I did. And we held our arms out side by side, and we both had on navy blue pinstripe suits. And another time when she came up the escalators of a bookstore, she said, there's my welcome wagon. So Dr. Maya Angelou. In addition to Dr. Maya Angelou, Gil Scott-Heron. I'm blessed that he was one of my English professors at Federal City College, UDC now. Gil said, do something, go somewhere, do something, read something, and then take action and write it. You have to do something in order to be able to say something. And you don't have to be so deep. You just need to have a message and write it. Gil Scott-Heron and Dr. Maya Angelou.
Very nice. You've got some other callers. Let's bring them on. All right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right. Area code 347-746. You're on the air with Lady Di. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, Lady Di. It's Laura and Jeff.
Hey, Laura and Jeff. Hi. That makes me happy.
Hello,
2 more poets.
We are so enjoying this program. Thank you both for it. And Lady Di, would you talk a bit about how, or if, the uniting theme of love in your poetry has changed over time?
Great question.
Or hasn't it?
Thank you, Laura, for that. I used to just write family and tributes and love of nature and life. But now I write a lot in social conscience of what my ancestors went through and what we are still going through. But I also want to do it like Congressman John Lewis in a fashion of love. Keep loving there. Be good, but be heard. So that I'm writing more social conscience, and I know I have something here to share in that regard. But I'm gonna put my hand on it. But I appreciate that question, Laura, and also I'm going to find one of my poems from when I visited the plantation, and we are now doing Voices of Woodlawn. We went to the Woodlawn Plantation in Virginia, and reluctantly and bravely and prayerfully we went. And almost as soon as I feet on the ground, I could hear a welcome from my ancestors saying, "Thank you, my brave queen, for coming here." And those poems haven't stopped coming to me. Thank you for opening that up, Laura. Thank you so kindly.
Well, absolutely. Love you.
All right.
Love you, sweetheart. Love you and Jeff. Yes.
Don't stop there. Share one of those poems from Woodlawn.
Okay. Let's see. I should have put them closer to me.
That's all right.
I had too many. Here's something. This is the very first one that I wrote, August the 2nd. It hasn't even been a year ago yet. And we've done programs in person before the pandemic, and we did a virtual one on Zoom. Voices of Woodlawn. We would like to take these poems and messages to a big stage like the Kennedy Center. Like something came over me. Emotions soar high above cloudy gray skies. Silent tears slide quietly down my face. Dabbed with cotton-laced handkerchief, warrior queen rides bravely, ready to see all my ancestors endured. Entering grounds of plantation, unkept grounds, unpainted shack, greet my entrance. Exquisite mansion with manicured lawns in sight at horizon. Gorgeous crepe myrtle, a splendid fave of mine. Sensational greeting to soothe my soul, ease my mind. Wondering how would I have responded? Like Queen Leader I am today? Like Harriet going back and forth to get away, to be strong, to help others to accept no wrong? Like Fannie Lou Hamer, sick and tired of being sick and tired. Something came over me. There's still superiority. We must stand strong to remain free. Do not be intimidated. Do not be afraid. Be true. Be real. Share righteous goodness of life. Do what you feel. Accept opportunities. Do not let fear be a place. Fear with faith. Listen, trust, obey. Written in Underwood Room at Woodlawn Plantation, August 2019. Finished.
You know, so much is happening in the world. So much is happening. And you talked about social conscious poetry. What do you see as being the role of a poet in modern day society? What is our role?
Well, our role is to bring the matters of concern to the surface, to speak on them when we have the platform to speak, to try our hand at giving an expression of our feelings about these things that are going on, like the Black Lives Matter movement, like just stay home, and when you do have to go out, wear your mask, safe distancing, just being pleasant. Still, you can speak with your eyes, or you can say hello under the mask. You don't have to walk with your head in another direction because we are so disturbed about all that's out there in the air. So just be aware and be kind.
I'm amazed by you. You have another caller. I'd like to bring this person on. All right.
Yes.
Area code 707-707-887. You're on the air with Lady Di. Good evening.
Good evening, Lady Di. This is Liz LaRue. And it's really good to hear your voice. And I wasn't really expecting to talk. I was just expecting to listen. But I'm so happy that I'm able to dial in from across the country and hear your voice. It's always just an honor and a pleasure. And I did think of a question that was prompted by the question that you just answered, and that is, what would you say to young poets coming on to the scene? What advice or information would you give them?
Actually, since at the very beginning of the pandemic, I was so concerned about the youth, which I always am, but so concerned about them having to deal with it for the way that I was feeling. And I wrote a poem for the children, for the youth. Dear children, it's your time to love yourself. Be ever so grateful for all you have. Please pray before bedtime and each day when you wake. Always hold close 3 virtues: faith, hope, and charity. Remembering charity is love, and love is best of all. Make sure you are kind, loving, and brave. Know you are loved. I love you, Lady Di.
Wonderful.
Yes, that is
Thank
wonderful.
you for that opportunity. Thank you, Liz, so much.
You're welcome.
All right.
And Liz
Thank you.
is my friend Hiram's sister.
All right. Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Quintessential Listening.
Yes. Calling from California.
All right. Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Yes. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
All right. You have another caller, Lady Di. You've got another caller. Wow.
Sounds good.
You are popular. All right, here we go. Area code 310-910. You're on the air with Lady Di. Good evening.
Hi, Lady Di.
Hi.
Hi. This is your niece.
Wow.
How are you?
I haven't heard your voice recently enough, but I believe it's my niece Daya, is it?
Yes, it is.
Right now, you have a little melody there, sounding like me. How are you? How are you, sweetheart?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Is Masara there, my goddaughter?
No, she's at soccer practice, but I wanted to call in and say that we love you and we support you as much as we can, and I'm glad that I was able to call in today.
All right, very nice.
I'm so happy, and I'm so proud of you too, sweetheart. And you just keep doing all the wonderful things that you're doing. And I just love you, and thank you for your support.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Teach the next generation. Teach your generation and the generations to come.
Yes, very nice. All right. Thank you for calling.
That's
very nice.
Real.
Thank you.
All right.
Dianne Beverly.
Bernardo mentioned earlier that you are a cook. It sounds like a cook extraordinaire. And when you look at cooking as a metaphor for poetry, all right, what are some of the most prevalent ingredients that go into the concoction we call a poem? What goes into making a poem?
Oh, we just want to soften it with some real creamy room temperature butter. And then we want to take a couple of cups of brown sugar and a little bit of granulated sugar mixed with it. And we want to whip it and we want to fluff it and add a couple of eggs to it. And then we just want to mix some dry ingredients of our choice and add some extra spices and a little tip of liquid and whip it and put it in the oven and wait for it to come out and have a big spicy surprise.
I wasn't expecting that.
Don't ask me now. Just don't ask me. That was mild. That was a mild ingredient.
When you think about writing poems, and you think about titling a poem, what role should the title play in your piece?
It should give you a little sneak preview of what you're up against, or it may just want to be something entirely different from the subject matter to keep it very mystic.
Well, with that in mind, share another piece of your work.
Thinking of my dear friends Laura and Jeff, they are unique in us. We have the same mind of bringing diversity to the surface. I'm going to read another poem from Woodlawn, Calling My Name. Bricks, wondering exactly what you are saying to me. Each brick lines path to doorway of historic Woodlawn, plantation mansion. Each brick handmade, each brick inlaid by hand, entwining across around 120 acres of land, leading to a magical, mysterious wonder, questions unanswered. Do we really want to know stories? Can we imagine all encountered? Dream dreams of our ancestors' sacrifice, dreams of their struggles, dreams of their horrid suffering, suffering that strengthens our endurance, confidently documents our legacy. Without a doubt, leave photos, writings, and children to see, to share with their children and their children's children. History engraved like fossils in corner of our minds. Bricks are calling my name. Tell me, my brave ancestors, what else are they saying? Dedicated to Dr. Hiram G. LaRue. Finished.
Do you think that you were meant to be a poet?
Yep, sure do.
Tell me more.
I'm a poet and I know it.
And you know it. Tell me more. Tell me more.
Well, I always have had a lot to say.
Okay.
I think I came here talking, but my mommy said I was talking distinctly at 2. And I had dreams of being in Hollywood and being on stage, and so I've been on stage as far as London, England, and I walked out leading my group, five poets, and I walked out just like with about 2,000 people in the audience, and I just started reciting Langston Hughes' My People.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just am thankful for the stages. Don't give me a mic. Don't give me a platform. It's endless. I love it.
I know that you are.
To be a poet.
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell. I know that you also that you're a published poet. You've got a book,
mm-hmm.
and you're working on a new book. Tell us about your new book.
Well, I have 2 new books coming. One's with my group, The Color of New, by Collective Voices. We are diligently working on that. We're hoping to see it before the year ends. That's our prayer. Mm-hmm. And my second book is my individual poetry book, A Kiss of Curiosity. I wrote a poem, A Kiss of Curiosity, and when I finished the poem, I said, this is so me, always curious.
Mm-hmm.
They built Google for me. Mommy left in 2013, and she would say to me, Google that for me. Is Eartha Kitt still living? Google that for me. It's always been, we're curious. We want to know something.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my next book, A Kiss of Curiosity. Has a lot of love. It has social conscience. It has poetry for the youth. Looking forward to getting both of those books in print.
All right. You shared that you are a part of a collective. Tell us about the group that you work with.
They are my partners. We have had a lot of different faces, from all female, 6 of us, to 3 of us, then 2 of us. And it's always been Sister Joy and I. And presently, all of a sudden, a light bulb lit up at the same time, and we said, are you thinking what I'm thinking? And we both said, Bernardo. And we got on the phone and called him and asked him to join Collective Voices, and we've had the power of his presence ever since. So 3 Collective Voices are Sister Joy, who's the Poet Laureate of Prince George's County, Bernardo, who's a Poet of Excellence for Prince George's County and the sing-song poet, and Lady Di, Poet of Excellence for Prince George's County.
Okay, fantastic. Let's take a brief break and we'll be right back.
Thank you.
We are back. My name is Michael Anthony Ingram. I'm here with the one and only Lady Di. The one and only Lady Di. When you think about being a poet, writers and poets write for a myriad of reasons. Some write primarily to speak a message to their audience. Others write because to stay silent is not an option. Why do you write?
Stay silent is not an option. And also, I just love to share the messages. I feel the messages that come to my mind are messages from God. Mm-hmm. And He chose me as a poet. So I have to be obedient and write what it is that he has, what he's saying to me, and he gives me the poetic fashion of writing those messages.
Mm.
Yes.
All right. Please share another poem.
Okay. I wanted to share. I know my friends are going to be a little disappointed if I don't share the favorite social conscience poem. But let's see. I don't see it. I'm going to have to calm myself down a bit, I think.
All right.
Let's see. Wait a minute. I might have it here. No. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to calm it down some with Thoughts of My Mommy, written last year in the beginning of the year. Thinking of her. She never forgot my name. Smiles when she first sees me. She is sweetly made that way. Always and forever best friends. Perpetually we felt desire to be with each other. Daily, spiritually, lovingly, we prayed together. I prayed and I still pray to have her spirit, to be ever so kind to everyone, a warm, humble, elegant, and dignified lady, a humanitarian. She would often say, there's so much good in the worst of us, no perfect person in the world. As Mommy aged, her mind would come and go. Through it all, an amazing blessing for me. Makes me oh so happy. She never forgot my name. Dedicated to my mommy, Dorothy Eleanor Beverly.
They really touched me. She never forgot your name.
Yes,
wow.
She never forgot my name or my phone number. She dialed my number like a couple of days before she passed.
Did she?
To tell me to come over. Yes, she did.
All right. I guess I'm at a loss for words. That really touched me. That really touched me. Okay. What do you think? What do you think? I'm sorry. You like to share?
I was going to say that I found that poem, but I want you to go ahead and ask me that question first because I found the poem I was looking for. But I want you to go ahead and ask me.
Okay, I can't remember. I'm so flustered now.
Sorry,
I can't remember the question that I. But please share the poem.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's okay.
Oh.
I'm just enjoying the evening.
Dr. Ingram, would you like me to go ahead and just do that poem that I know my friends are waiting on?
Yes, please. Please.
This is a poem that Collective Voices insist that I write. I went to the movie Sister Joy and I to see that movie 12 Years a Slave. And at one point, Sister Joy asked me, did I want to leave because I was having a real hard time in there.
Yeah,
and I said, no, I want to see this movie. I want to finish it. And I did. But when I came out, I was a wreck. So Bernardo hearing about it and Sister Joy, they said, you got to write that. You know, a lot of times it might not be what you want to say. And like my baby sister would say to me, Dada, everything's not always peachy creamy, but I want it to be.
Right.
My poem is, I cannot take the lashes. Thick, raised, red raw stripes, puffed, crisscross, slanted, scars for a lifetime, images won't leave my mind. I cannot take the lashes. Humiliated, manipulated, no control, treated ridiculously, for reasons untold, tortured, whipped, and hung, strangled to death. Up under their horrid, ridiculous mess, I cannot take the lashes. Families separated never to see each other again. Children treated as adults, left without their childish grin, for themselves to fend, picking bales and bales of cotton on end, never to win, working tired, thin fingers to raw skin. I cannot take the lashes. Women left with no choice, subjected to horrible force, doing what they can to accommodate, never not sought after once it's late. Improper treatment, abused, misused, confused. I cannot take the lashes. Extreme hurt and pain, limitless pursuit without gain. So much unnecessary suffering, so much disregard and disrespect. Dark, dreary days degrading, no sunshine, only rain. I cannot take the lashes. I cannot take the lashes. I cannot take the lashes, gashes, bashes, mashes, crashes, clashes, flashes of images before me. Ridiculous tactics of masters still dwell in our society, living in a field of prejudice, hatred, and mock democracy. I hope and pray one day God will take all prejudice and hatred away. Remain aware. Remember, freedom ain't free. Stand for something strong and tall. Help your sister and brother if they fall. And I am going to keep writing love poems to help soothe us all. I cannot take the lashes. Finish.
Wow. How do you follow that? I cannot take the lashes. We have one more caller, Lady Di. I'd like to bring this person on. All right, I think hopefully this is a new person. If not, ask another question. All right. Area code 202-246. You're on the air with Lady Di.
Oh, hi. This is Sister Joy.
Hello.
Hi,
can you hear me? I was like, well, I'm going to try to get in. I wasn't sure. Time was getting away from me, but I enjoyed that part, what I did hear. And, of course, always love hearing your poem, Tribute to Your Mom. And I hope you're as happy as Bernardo and I are that you wrote that poem that you just presented. It is truly a powerful piece that has just, I think, added your name to the list beyond love poetry and added you in there with us on social consciousness.
That's right.
Man,
Thank
right.
you, sweetheart.
Wonderful presentation all the way through. Congratulations.
Right. Well, thank you. Thank you for calling. Thank you very, very much.
On.
Good to hear you,
Well, my
Michael.
dear friend.
Yes. Very nice. Very, very nice. Well, we're at the end of the program. Can you believe it? We're at the end of the program.
I can't believe it. I had one more love poem.
And I was going to ask you if you had one more poem that you'd like to share. So that's a perfect segue into your poem. Perfect.
Because I love, anybody that knows me know I love Smokey Robinson. And he is a poet also. So that's the third poet of influence. Quiet Storm. Would I love you if you didn't love me too? Ooh, baby, baby, you don't have to shop around. I like it like that. Such is love, such is life. Tears of a clown. Baby, look close. You can trace the tracks of my tears. Oh, baby, come to me soon. Your love is seeping in. The agony with the ecstasy, going to a go-go, you really got a hold on me. It's a quiet storm. We are nearing a fork in the road, honey love. Coincidentally, I'll keep writing you love poems and sending you love letters. Before long, we will hear a wedding song. That's what love is made of. Lovingly together forever, we will be oh so happy. Created by titles of Smokey's love songs. And all from my head, because I know every word.
Okay. I'm sure.
Thank you, everybody.
Hold on. I'm sure that when people hear your work, they usually want more. What's next for you as a poet? That's the last thing. What's next for you?
Everyone can look out for, I'll be doing a Zoom open mic for the Prince George's County Public Library on August the 26th. I'll be placing it out there. You can also go on the public library's website and then scroll for events and look for the date, August 26th, and that you must register in order to come into the Zoom. They will send you, it's an e-bite, and you must register. Remember that. If you don't register, you won't be able to be there with us.
Anything else on the horizon?
Just working on these books. Teaching children. I'm teaching a little girl. We're memorizing poetry. Praying some more for the pandemic to cease and desist.
All right, then.
And everyone stay in prayer. Everyone stay in prayer, be kind and loving.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you to our listening audience. Have a wonderful and blessed week. Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you so much, Lady Di.
Thank you.
You have just listened to the Quintessential Listening Poetry Online Radio Podcast with your host, Dr. Michael Anthony Ingram. Subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, Spotify, or Stitcher. And make sure to catch our next episode.